remember what I said, like, when I made that video, how it's like to be a loner? Well, this is part two. I learned a few things. So, there are these women, and they don't actually live in, like, my neighborhood. Like, because the neighborhood next door is, like, pretty freaking bad. So, they claim they only go to the neighborhood next door to, frick up. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's how bad the neighborhood next door is. And the crime rates in my area, like I look at the map, the crime rates in my area is like almost non-existent. And that area, people are freaking being shot up and freaking killed. It's almost in like beaten to. It's almost amazing because it's like where people are going to do more harm in their own area. It if there was if there were if there was politicians, right where I lived, and they were the ones that were causing destruction to the community next door, let's just say, I don't even think that they will walk to the politicians over here because all they can do is just freaking walk. I don't think they'll do that. I just think that they'll destroy their own neighborhood, like where they live. It's amazing to me. But anyway, I learned a new perspective. So I'm talking to these women, right? And I'm learning a whole bunch of things from them. I don't say much, but I'm learning a whole bunch. Um, they start talking about like what they do, and a lot of things they do is just like kind of like street type of things, like just chilling on the street, talking to, hanging out, playing games, card games, and all that good stuff, right? I mean, that's not good to me, but they like doing that. And some of these women, they were older, like they were like 50, and these are moms, you know, and single moms, and and the children are actually learning from them, and there's children and they're running around the streets and they're acting all types of ways, you know what I mean? And the other half of the women, no, it was just me and the woman who was like also younger. She's also experiencing the same thing that they experienced, like the way they lived. And it just grows, and it's just, it just, that type of thing has been happening for a long time in the area. And people are just doing the same things over and over again. They're talking about shootings, shooting this and shooting that, and people dying this, and the even foreigners are in the area and they're doing things towards the women, black women, like the freaking what I mean, the Muslims. Um, so this is what's been going on, and here I am, and I'm sitting inside and I'm playing video games. Are you, like, really? Like back then, let's just say like 10 years ago, I was sitting in a room playing video games. That's what I was doing. 15 years ago, that's what I was doing. Right? Going to school, whatever. Um, and outside, like my parents were trying to make me seem like I was so bad. I thought I was a bad person. But meanwhile, sorry, y'all, my dog. Gotta check on him a little bit. But meanwhile, these people are doing all these types of things. And a lot of girls I went to school with, they ended up with a freaking baby. And I thought that was, a bad person because I wasn't really doing much. I wasn't really going outside. I wasn't really hanging around with them because that's what my parents wanted, actually. My parents wanted me to hang around more women. Not women, but girls, right? Girls that I hung around with, like, just for a little bit. They walked around the streets in the dangerous neighborhoods. My mom was happy, and my dad was happy, and that wasn't actually safe. Like, my dad ended up dropping me off in front of a whole bunch of guys, and they started saying things about us. And, yeah. My dad showed some concern. Are you guys okay? You gonna be dropped off here? It's like, yeah. If that was ever my kid, I wouldn't even ask. That wouldn't even be a question, you know what I mean? Because it's like, but that's what happened. And it's almost to a point where, like, if I was social and these are the type of people I'll be exposed to, what would happen if I was social? I wouldn't probably be here sitting here today, because these guys, they're over there, they're doing those drugs, they're crazy, they're shooting up, they're beating people, they're doing all types of things to people, and it's to a point where it's dangerous. Why I have to ask a question: why were my parents trying to expose me to that? You know what I mean? Maybe it's just because they're just really freaking, ignorant. But why? I mean, like, really sitting inside playing games, doing nothing but reading all day. Is that really that terrible? Going in my pool, you know what I mean? Chilling in the pool, go in the freaking backyard, because I don't like being in the front yard. People are, staring. I'm not even kidding you. People will literally stand there and they would stare. If you're trying to play with your dog, they will stare. If you're trying to ride your bike in the yard, they will stare. So, like, I'm not even kidding you. And it's disrespectful, but like where I live, people don't treat that as respect. They don't even notice. I remember one time I went outside and I tried to play with my dog, and people, I saw them sitting by a car and they're just staring. So I just go in my backyard, just chill. No eyeballs over there looking at me. It feels good. I do things like that, just like things, play games and all that, and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, people are out there doing drugs. Those girls, they're doing drugs, they're being targeted or whatever, and all this type of stuff, and here I am. So what's like being a loner? It's pretty freaking darn good. Because, two generations of people sitting up in the car, all of them experiencing the same thing. I mean, except me. And it didn't sound nice. There's absolutely no benefit that came from out of like what they experienced. There's nothing good. There's nothing good.